Once upon a time, sorry, once upon a time, there was a pair of matching socks. One went in the washer and the other got lost. A little boy named Billy who wanted a bucket for his 5th birthday. A tiny snail and a giant humpback whale. A princess who wears a paper bag. A colorful patchwork elephant named Elmer. And a pig who loved collecting hats. These adorable and endearing characters are from some of my all-time favorite children's stories. I love and collect picture books, and as a children's educator for over 20 years, these books continue to inspire me every day in the classroom and in my personal life. I was 24 years old when I read my first real picture book. I'm sure all of you connect picture books with nostalgic memories of you reading to your children or your parents reading to you at bedtime. I discovered picture books much later in life. So some of you may be wondering if I had a sad, deprived childhood or if I was living under a rock. Well, on the contrary, I did grow up in a loving family of siblings, grandparents, and 2 wonderful, hardworking parents who provided us with all our needs. But in the small town that I grew up in, when I was a little kid, picture books just weren't a thing. Of course, we had school textbooks with some stories in them, and libraries were meant for boring, thick reference books. But when I went into the big city, I was already a university student, so picture books just weren't in my radar at all. But what we did have was a bedtime routine of prayers and grandma telling us stories about folk tales and legends and ghosts and supernatural elements, and an ample amount of Bible stories. So how is it then that picture books entered my life? Let's start at the beginning. Many moons ago, I was a part-time business English teacher to a group of engineers, and I was not enjoying this job. I had no idea where I wanted to go career-wise. That's when a friend introduced me to a center where they ran storytelling sessions for parents and toddlers. And so she said they were looking for enthusiastic young people. I seemed to fit the bill. I was young, I was enthusiastic, so I decided I would go check it out. I will never forget how excited I was after that first session. They had read Hamilton's Hats. Hamilton's Hats. A book about a pig who loved collecting hats. So for some of you who may not be familiar with this story, Hamilton, the pig, loved collecting hats, much to the annoyance of his mom, who said there was nothing he could learn from hats. But Hamilton proved otherwise, and in the end, he picked up many important life skills and important lessons with the help of his hat. So what are picture books? Picture books are books that are usually meant for primary audience of 0 to 6 years old. While pictorial storytelling was found in the earliest cave paintings, the first true picture book can be traced back to the time of the artist and illustrator Randolph Caldecott. He used images as a way to tell a story rather than just a mere accompaniment for text. So a good picture book is a playful synergy of words and images to tell a beautiful story. So I have a question for all of you here today. How many of you have a reminder set on your phones? A show of hands? Okay, good, great. So I do too. I have a reminder for everything. To wake up, to drink that 8 glasses of water, to send out that email, to buy that birthday gift. The list goes on and on. And here's the funny thing. The older we're getting, the more reminders we seem to need. So, picture books are a great reminder. And reminders are important because it helps us to stay on track, to focus on what's important, and it provides valuable support to reach our goals. A good picture book acts as a reminder for lessons we learned as children and which are still relevant to all of us here even today. So do not be deceived by the cute covers or the titles. Picture books are not just meant for children, but they are packed with valuable and profound life lessons that I find useful, and I believe we can all relate at every stage of our lives. So here are a few. Lesson 1, the importance of good friends. In this book, a little snail wants to see the world, but being small, he feels overwhelmed. His friend, the whale, wants to help him and tells the snail to hop on its tail, and together they swim across the oceans. And when the whale gets in trouble, the snail uses all its power to save the whale's life. This book, The Snail and the Whale, tells us the importance of good friends, of having that good supportive partner who will navigate the tides of life with you, be it a husband, a wife, or simply a good friend. It reminds us to show up for our friends, and that good friends will always show up for you, and that you need to show up for your friends too. It tells us to treasure that someone who will always lift us up, who will swim that extra mile with us and for us, and one who refuses to give up on us no matter what the circumstances. Lesson 2, believe and focus. In this book, Billy's Bucket, Billy asked his parents for a rather strange birthday present. He wants a bucket. So off they go to Buckets R Us to find the right one. And when he finds the perfect one, he spends his time excitedly looking inside to discover a captivating underwater world. Nobody believes him, of course, but Billy is unfazed by everyone's cynicism, and he continues to happily enjoy his bucket. This persistent little boy who finds an ocean at the bottom of a bucket reminds me to look for endless opportunities in places that I may have overlooked, and to always believe and focus on doing things that make us happy, no matter how crazy they may sound to others. Lesson 3, find and build connections. Elmer is an elephant who looks nothing like the other elephants. He's not gray, but is made of colorful patchwork. So he tries to fit in by rubbing himself with berries. But then he realizes that it is his unique colors that his friends love and appreciate. It is his unique colors that bring sunshine on a rainy day. So Elmer reminds us that we're all different and diverse, and that our strength grows when we find values that build meaningful connections amongst us all. Lesson 4, choose our priorities and let go. When a mighty dragon captures her prince, Princess Margaret steps forward to the rescue. She manages to outsmart and eventually defeat this fearsome dragon and rescue Prince Ronald. However, in spite of all her hard work, the prince rejects her for not looking like a real princess. Princess Margaret recognizes what an ungrateful bum the prince is and decides to move on and dance happily into the sunset all by herself. This book, The Paperback Princess, reminds us to choose our priorities and to let go of toxic relationships, redundant beliefs, and unhealthy habits that may be holding us down. Lesson 5, to step out of our comfort zone and to never stop learning. This amusing and adorable book called Sock on the Loose features a lost sock who decides to step out of his comfortable and snugly warm drawer. He has many adventures meeting other mismatched socks along the way until he finally makes its way back home. This little sock is here to remind us that we must never stop challenging ourselves to step out of our comfort zones. It reminds us that a little discomfort is necessary for us to grow. A sock who leaves its drawer in order to explore the world and find himself motivates me to take risks too. As a woman in my 40s, I know I may be set in some ways, but I too need to challenge myself to step forward, to always try something new in order for me to grow. It reminds me that I don't know it all, and that I'm always willing to learn and unlearn. They say books have the capacity to change lives, and in my case, I can say without a doubt that these books have given me many joys and many more opportunities. It continues to help me grow as a parent, as an educator, and as an individual by making me more mindful of my own emotions, my strengths, and my challenges. It has led me to become an early childhood educator, a passionate speech and drama teacher, and an entrepreneur with a mission to enrich children's lives with the power of storybooks. There's a whole lot of things that society expects of us today. Known as the 21st century skills, we're all expected to have qualities like communication, confidence, collaboration, leadership, literacy, to name a few, in order to succeed in the 21st century. And in this busy world, with the multiple roles that we have to play, and the many tasks that we need to achieve, and not to mention the weight of other people's expectations, how do we even begin to develop these skills and these qualities when we don't know what we already have, what we lack, or what we need to work on? Picture books are more than just books with pictures. While they can be used to teach children a wide array of skills, for us as adults, I believe that picture books remind us of who we are, what we used to be, and the best qualities inside all of us. There is a picture book out there for every theme and topic, reminding us with its wit and humor and symbolisms, never to lose sight of what is important to us. It rekindles the inner child in all of us to play, to explore, to be curious, to reassess our emotions, and to reevaluate where we are and where we want to go. It reminds us to remain open to trying in order for us to keep growing. And this is what I believe brings out the best qualities in all of us, leading us on a valuable journey of discovery, self-exploration, and self-awareness. When we show up as the best versions of ourselves, while working on our weaknesses and challenging ourselves to do better, only then can we be more productive and efficient in our work life, have healthier relationships, take responsibility for our actions, and work towards learning something new every day, which is going to unfold the limitless potential in all of us. There are thousands of picture books out there, and many more being created every day. There's even one that won an Oscar this year. And I hope that all of you have a favorite one already. And if not, I hope that you will find that very soon. Picture books are here to remind us that the world is big and wide, waiting for us to explore. That the patchwork we're all made of is what makes us special. And that, like the paperback princess, each one of us, that means me, and you, and you, and you, all of us here today, have the potential, the inner resilience, and the strength in here and in here to fight all kinds of fearsome dragons. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Salmo, for reminding us of the significance of storybooks and their stories in transcending age and gender, inspiring us to continue being curious. Indeed, these small characters have much for us to be inspired from, to become more